Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. What's up? So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about my experiences with public transportation. So when I was in college, I took the bus every single day. Oh my gosh, I took it to class, and then I usually took it to work, and then I actually would get a ride home. But I did this for like, I don't know, almost a year. So the way the buses work in my area, since it's such a small town, they only run a certain amount throughout the day, if that makes sense. Like, they don't run like into the night. Like, I think like 7 o'clock is like the latest bus that you can get. That's why I had to get a ride home from work at the end of the night. But that's besides the point. So if you're watching this video, it's because either A, you're my friend, hey, what's up, girl? Or you are thinking about taking public transportation and you want to hear someone else's experiences about it. Now, to be quite frankly honest with you guys, majority of the time, like 99% of the time, it's like whatever. Like, most people mind their own business. Everybody's got places to go. Most people have headphones in, reading a book, on their phone, something. Most people aren't going to like bother you. However, of course, there are those single few who think, oh my gosh, I want to talk to that almost child-looking person. I notice most of the time it seems to be like middle-aged to older people that like will talk to other people, like strangers on the bus. Like, I notice like people, like younger people tend to keep them to themselves more than the older people do. But I don't know if it's just because like the electronic thing, I don't know. So yeah, most of the time, nothing happens. But, like I said, there are times where crazy things happen, and that's what I'm going to tell you about. Because I want to scare you into stranger danger. Okay, so I have one main story that I'm going to tell today that it's like, I always tell this to people who are like going on public transportation, and it's a good reason to not talk to strangers. Okay, I lied. I actually have two stories. So the first one I'm going to get into is the one on the, like, city bus. Okay, because I have a story for the city bus, and I have a story for, like, a Greyhound bus that I went on, actually. Like, I used to, before I could drive, I took the Greyhound bus all the time, like, whenever I wanted to visit family from other states. So I have a really creepy story about that, too. But we're going to start with the city bus guy. So, I would take two buses when I would go to class in the morning. I would take the one from my house to downtown, and then I would transfer downtown onto another bus that would take me, like, pretty much almost directly to where I worked. And it was on the second bus, we were stopped at a Walmart, because the Walmart here, they stop there and they kind of like, the driver kind of takes like a 5-minute like rest period thing. So we kind of just sit there for a while. And when we were sitting here, a guy comes on. He's wearing like a varsity jacket of one of the local schools here. But he's like probably 54, 55 range. So it's kind of like, okay, whatever. So he sits down directly across from me. Again, I'm just like minding my own business. I'm on my phone, got my headphones in. And I pulled my headphone out because it looked like the driver was saying something, so I wanted to hear what he was saying. And the guy across from me, he starts talking, he like makes eye contact with me, and he starts talking to me about how, I don't even remember the exact conversation, but I remember he was saying how he was the quarterback for that said school's football team back in like the 80s or something. I don't remember what decade he said it was, but it was like not today, obviously. And he was just going on and on about it. Honestly, the conversation itself wasn't really what was creepy. It wasn't even the fact that he had a lazy eye either. Yes, he's like talking to me this one, and this eye's looking over there, and I'm like, here's where the creepy part comes in, okay? Maybe like day or two later, I'm at that same Walmart, because that Walmart is like right by where I work, and it has a McDonald's inside of it. So I was in the McDonald's in the Walmart, and this guy comes out of nowhere. I'm just standing here waiting for my food, and I see him coming towards me. I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god. And guess what? He fucking does. He fucking hugs me, bitch. He was like, hey sweetheart, that's my friend from the bus. And like all this, I was like, oh my god, please get away from me. I literally had like faked a phone call, and I was like, oh yeah, nice seeing you. And then I like ran away. I didn't like run, but I'm out. Like, I'm outie. I wanted to like eat my food in the McDonald's, but I was like scared that he would like try and sit with me or something. And I'm not the type of person like toot my own horn, like, oh, people just like want me so badly kind of thing. Like, I'm not like that at all. I was just like genuinely like uncomfortable. However, I'm not concerned about him anymore because a few days after that incident, I was walking from my work to that Walmart, and I saw him getting arrested outside of that Walmart. So, I wonder what happened to him now. Don't really want to find out. Probably still in jail. Who knows? All I know is that he was definitely on crack. Okay, next is the Greyhound bus guy. Now, this one is like straight up like I almost got kidnapped. So, I was leaving Detroit and I was coming to Pittsburgh, and so I was at the Detroit terminal, the Greyhound terminal, and my dad was with me. He was like waiting for me to like in line to get on the bus, and I was wearing a BTS sweatshirt, and there's a guy in another line, but it was like for the same bus, it was a different line, but and he comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, what does that mean?" Because it had like the army vest and all that, and he was like, "Oh, is it like a military thing?" I was like, "Oh no, it's just like a band, whatever." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." I'm like, "Whatever." Not creeped out. He looks kind of like a neckbeard, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. I'm not like a judgmental person or whatever. But fast forward, I'm on the bus. I like to sit kind of in the front. I don't know why. I just always have, just because it's easier to get on and off, and I hate being on that bus. I'm like, quicker in and out I can get, the better. So I'm sitting down. I got on there before he did. But I was sitting here. I was on my phone, and he gets on the bus, and he stops, like, where I'm in. And I'm in the window seat, and there's the aisle seat here, and I have my stuff in the aisle seat. I'm like, you ain't sitting here, boy. You ain't sitting next to me, you know what I'm saying? Again, not judgmental. I like sitting by myself because the seats are cramped. But he stops, and he looks at me, and he goes, "Hey, you want to come hang out in the back of the bus?" And I'm not even kidding. Those are his exact words. He said, "Hey, do you want to come hang out in the back of the bus?" Like, who says that? And I was like 17 at the time, so I was like, back off, boy. But I was just like, "Oh, no, I'm good, thanks." And then I just like quickly put my headphones back in, avoided eye contact until he walked away. One would think that would be the end of it, but that one would be wrong. So on the route that I normally would have taken when I was taking the Greyhound bus, there's a 1 hour layover in Cleveland. So by this time I had forgotten all about him. So I get off of the bus and go to layover, and I find a place to sit. I'm like in like a cafeteria section, but the cafeteria is closed. I don't mind starving to death, but that's like totally unrelated. So yeah, I'm just like minding my own business, and guess who fucking walks up behind me? This guy again. So he's like not super close to me, but he's like within a few feet of my area. And he starts talking to me. He's like, "Oh, you know, how's it going?" All that bullshit, small talk. And he's like, "Yeah, you know, I always like to make friends on these trips. You know, it makes it go by faster." And he's like getting closer to me. And I'm like, "Yeah, I disagree, you know." And then at this point, he leaves to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, bye. As soon as he was beyond the bathroom door, I was like, I'm out. I walked somewhere else. And I didn't see him after that. And I was like, whew. Don't know what happened to that, but I'm glad it's over. Yeah, it was like genuinely kind of terrifying because it was also like 3 in the morning and there's like nobody there, and I was like, so moral of the story is, don't talk to strangers, guys. If you do talk to strangers, don't, like, I don't know, be careful. Don't go to the back of the bus with them, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I know I'm really bad at storytelling, okay, but you're still here, so... Anyways, leave me your public transportation stories in the comments. I also made a Patreon. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that or not, but I'll leave it in the description box. It's not really for my channel. It's like a separate entity. But 18 plus, if you're interested, check that out in the description. If not, then you know, whatever. You can subscribe to me if you like this kind of content. Either way, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I hope if you're taking the bus today that you are safe and that you make it to your destination without any issues. And if you don't take the bus, I still hope to make it to your destination without any issues. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.